Two low-fare airlines announce a multi-billion-dollar merger. The controversy over the Miami Dolphins may have an impact on the race for Chicago's casino. And if you're in the hunt for a multi-million-dollar home, well, I'm sorry to say, three local listings are now off the table. Here to go behind the headlines is Crain Chicago business editor Ann Dwyer. Ann, we'll get to the multi-million-dollar houses in a bit. But first, low-fare airlines Spirit and Frontier are announcing plans to merge, and that would make it the fifth largest domestic airline. Will this impact operations at O'Hare or Midway at all?
It will somewhat, Brandis. I mean, nobody's expecting that this combined airline is going to upend United or American anytime soon. But the transportation experts we talked to did say that the combined Spirit and Frontier will certainly be a more able competitor at that economy end of the market, sort of like the way EasyJet sort of dominates in Europe. The vision here is that these two combined could be similar. Now, at O'Hare, these two airlines are going to have to sort out where they want to be located. They currently occupy two different terminals. At Midway, there's an opportunity for them to at least eat away a little bit at Southwest Airlines' dominance there. And most transportation experts think that one thing that they'll do is start ramping up more offerings to the Caribbean and to Mexico to be competitive in this market.
Now, Crain Chicago Business's Greg Hines reports that there may be a bit of a shadow cast over the Chicago casino race because of the Miami Dolphins controversy, and we'll get into that a little bit later on or in a few minutes. But Ann, explain to us how these two are linked.
Well, the link really is Related Midwest, which is the local outpost of related companies, an entity that is controlled by Stephen Ross, who happens also to be the owner of the Miami Dolphins. Now, Ross has found himself at the center of some controversy on two fronts. His former coach, Brian Flores, has alleged systemic racism within the NFL and at the Dolphins organization. And more shockingly, and perhaps more relevant to the casino bidding here in Chicago, he's also alleging that Ross has had approached him to throw games in order to put the Dolphins in a better position for a draft pick. Now, I should note that Ross vehemently denies these allegations. But the reason that this allegation might be relevant here in Chicago is that Related Midwest is involved in one of the 5 bids for the Chicago casino. And City Hall is understandably wanting to be sure that whatever company winds up with the winning bid is squeaky clean. They are saying so far that every bidder...
Well, I was just going to jump in and say, obviously, a lot more to keep an eye on there. And before we run out of time, I want to talk about these 3 local multi-million-dollar homes that are now off the market. Neither you nor I bought them. We should probably make that clear.
Yes.
But they came off the market without ever even hitting the market. Tell us about these homes briefly and the demand for that market share.
It just basically tells us, Brandis, that the highest end of the Chicago housing market is continuing to be on fire. We're talking about locations at number 9 Walton Street, a location in Lincoln Park on Orchard, and another one on Mohawk. All of these locations are high-end homes that sold near $9 million without even being listed. So that is just a sign that this end of the market, at least, despite all the doom and gloom that you often see about Chicago, people who can afford to spend at that level are putting down their money to invest here.
Yeah, somebody's doing okay. Ann Dwyer at Crain's, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Brandis.